Hard facts.
And now, hard facts on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
For over a decade, I've lived in darkness, and this is a secret I've held on to for so long. I have always craved a medium of expression where I'm heard but never seen. I'm not particular about video. Audio is my thing. I want to make a difference with my voice and not my face. Because my voice tells what's on my mind, but my face tells what's on God's mind. And that's not my expression. And I've been blessed with a mind that works, a language for expression, and a voice for clarity. And all of these factors combine to give radio its essence. So good afternoon, welcome to Hard Facts and happy Radio Day. Yes, indeed. It is World Radio Day today. It's a medium that I'm truly blessed to be a part of. It defines my livelihood, and for over a decade I've been doing this. It's amazing to be here at another Radio Day. Hopefully at some point we get to open the phone lines and you get to be a part of the conversation, speaking about the impact of radio to you. And it's happening right now. You're literally listening and hopefully you're learning. My name is Sam Orakuchinedu, and we have an amazing show for you today on Hard Facts. We begin with stories to get bothered by. World marks Radio Day. That's the first headline. And the next is Analysts say selfish interest fuels lingering crisis in Rivers State. Yes, indeed. They have traced all of the problems to a reason. Simple, selfish interest. You get to tell me whether or not you agree with them. And the NLC has given a March deadline to shut down telecom operations. And so if by the 1st of March things have not changed, then there will be a shutdown. That's according to the NLC. At 4 o'clock, we will be looking at something around retirement. Yes, indeed. There seems to be an apprehension for this natural order of things. Well, the reps have summoned the custom boss over refusal to retire. That's a conversation you definitely want to stay with us. Coming up at 5 is a new boss in town. The FCCPC has given village authority across all sectors and telecom for South region here. And she get him up to say fact following Jews that it is in the way.
004-022-2285. These numbers are for emergencies only. They are not for inquiries, and neither should they be used for pranks. Thank you.
This message is from 92.3 Nigeria Info.
And now, hard facts on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay, welcome back. What does radio mean to you? I'm certain that for different people, the answer to that question would be different. But for me, it is my means of livelihood. It's a form of expression, entertainment, and many other things that has existed for quite some time, and it is still moving strong. Well, today, the world is celebrating Radio Day, and former radio executive Adura Tommy Bolade says radio still stands out as the most efficient and cost-effective medium for information dissemination. Mr. Bolade, who was the former head of station at Kuwazobia Info FM Port Harcourt, spoke to our correspondent. Let's hear from him.
Of all the mediums we have right now, radio is probably closest to the common man. It's the easiest for the common man to access. So I believe that radio still has a huge role to play in terms of information dissemination, in terms of news dissemination. For a country like Nigeria, not many people will prioritize having data on their phone. You pay no extra cost to consume content from radio compared to the internet, compared to television, compared to newspapers.
All right, you heard the man. It is designed for the common man. I'd like to think you and I fit that description. He also shared his thoughts on the debate on whether podcasts should replace radio.
The way radio is designed, radio gives you an eclectic mix of content. You find a little music, you find a little news, you find health, you find business, and so on and so forth on radio. They don't compete with one another. A lot of podcasts are actually focused on specific areas. They have niche areas they focus on. Most radio stations, most radio formats have a more generalist approach, which is why they can appeal to a vast majority of audience all at the same time. Whereas a podcast has a slightly narrow view.
Another former radio executive, Blessing Olomo, also spoke on this.
I think that a lot of people realize that social media still has the potential to disseminate falsehood, and they are careful about that, especially those of the older generations like the millennials, the generation X and the baby boomers. They are more skeptical about the social media than the generation Z. Easily consume content of social media without the worry about checks and balances. However, because of this human element, social media may not be able to take over traditional radio.
Okay, do I agree with her completely? The year 2020 marked the 100th anniversary of commercial radio broadcasting, while 2024 marked 100 years of radio in Africa. This year's theme is Radio and Climate Change, emphasizing radio's role in disseminating crucial information about climate change, amplifying voices, advocating for environmental sustainability, and promoting eco-friendly practices. So the theme for this year has to do with our radio and climate change. So I'm guessing we have to play our part in spreading the word. So there you have it. It's Radio Day. Eventually the phone lines will be open, and if you have benefited from radio in some way, shape or form, it will be important that you share that. But moving from that to our next headline, analysts say selfish interest fuels lingering political crisis in Rivers State. That's quite the statement. The big question, of course, would be, do you agree with it? Okay, let's find out together. Some political analysts have linked the ongoing political crisis in Rivers State to repeated betrayals among politicians driven by personal and economic interest. The executive director of Pairing Advocacy and Advancement Center in Africa, Ezenwanwagu, spoke to correspondent Soibirwari while reviewing the crisis and numerous court cases that have followed.
Let us now be blunt. Dr. Odili, Right Honorable Amici, they were not friends. But they didn't end up as friends, did they? They did not end up as friends. So what was the fight? Until you answer that question, it's about control of resources. Oga, you don't control this thing when you did there. Allow me to, greet me, you go put another person. That's the fight. Is that not where the fight is? Why can't people just simply think? So consistently, the recurring word here is betrayal. What was it that you were doing that I betrayed you? It must have been economy. I am saying that fight has nothing to do with Rivers people.
Dr. Magu, however, urged citizens to start holding politicians accountable for the state's resources.
The Rivers people must develop the capacity to, first of all, set up an agenda for themselves through what I call citizen charter of demand. That charter of demand is to say that all of you collectively, since 1999, you belong to the same political tradition. The thing that is causing quarrel among you is not that somebody took somebody's wife. It is your control of the resources that we own. And until you take your hand off it and concentrate on us, you will not have peace. It's not likely that they will ever settle. Let the owners of the what has been stolen come out and say, what you stole is our own.
On his part, the director of the Center for Peace and Security Studies at Uniport, Martin Ifanacho, warned that the crisis is hindering development in the state.
Rivers State can kickstart the industrial revolution in Nigeria. We have so many resources that we need to sit down and put together and then show to the world. But we are allowing things that do not matter to becloud our imagination. Why should you have violence in politics if we are a democratic nation? Do you know that there is a direct relationship between the monies that you stored in your house and the deaths that are occurring in hospitals? Do you know that you are literally strangulating little children and starving them because you have amassed more than what you need? Why? You want political power.
Okay. So betrayal, personal interest. The gentlemen have spoken so well. I honestly think I might be doing a disservice, an injustice, trying to analyze and explain. I'm going to attempt to do it, but there's no better way to put it than they have. selfish interest is what has driven and is still driving the lingering crisis in River State and in many other parts of the country. As a matter of fact, it has become the definition of our politics. The paradox of betrayal. And it's not exclusive to this state, as you can obviously tell. This is as old as the politics we play in this country. I don't know if you remember, but I feel like you do, that our current president was once a governor. His Excellency, President Bola Tinubu, was once His Excellency, Governor Bola Tinubu of Lagos. And his anointed successors, these people, do they have treachery in their DNA? The South. A one-time governor of Edo State, Oshiomhole, Wike and Fubara. Waiting happened, that same betrayal. But like the respondent said, betrayal in political context is defined as resource control, personal interest, power. That is exactly what it is. You might want to sugarcoat it. You might want to be diplomatic with it. But the straightforward definition of political betrayal has to do with these words. You see, with the kind of power a governor wields, you cannot play second fiddle to anybody. And it's important you realize how powerful a Nigerian governor is. That character, that figure controls the treasury of state. And that's a lot of money. It's millions, it's billions, and in some cases, even trillions. Let's try to break it down to the extent of our knowledge. There are federal allocations coming in, which is literally pocket money, monthly pocket money. There is security vote. Till today, we don't know whether it works or it doesn't, but it comes. There is internally generated revenue, which the government gets from tax and many other channels, which we may or may not know. And if you are not aware, a state like Rivers has more channels than the average state in Nigeria. Because when last we looked, this is an oil-bearing state. Derivation and other things that some other states do not have the luxury of. And then there are, well, it's not official and they would not admit, but there are kickbacks. You know, when the contract goes in one direction, there's something that comes in the other direction. It's like a back handshake. It's like a thank you. It's like, there are different ways to describe it. Again, maybe not all governors do that. Maybe not all would admit. And I say, oh, Sam, that's an allegation. Well, one governor helped to prove this right. His name, Ganduje. Ganduje was caught on video receiving dollars. Now, he was a sitting governor at the time. It's not like he was done and had moved on and say, well, they see money like before. He was a sitting governor. And an investigative journalist, Jafar, made his way to his office, was talking about a contract, and gave the governor wads of dollars, which he pocketed. The video is still on the internet. If you search for it, you will find it. As a matter of fact, following that incident, Ganduje earned the nickname Gandola. So even if you want to say, well, it's alleged, governors do not take kickbacks, Ganduje's video automatically pops up to say, well, we don't know about every governor, but Ganduje did. And guess what? Till today, till tomorrow, Ganduje does not know the interior decor of any Nigerian prison. If you ask him what's the color of the paint of inside prison, he can't tell you because he hasn't been there. Say, but he was caught on video. He was this. Yes, the case made it to court. We are waiting for the ruling or the verdict. But while we were waiting, the governor of Kano State, the current one, said, his name is Abba Yusuf, by the way, that during the End Bad Governance protest, some hoodlums invaded the state high court and stole some documents. And right now, Ganduje's case file is missing. I wish I was making this up. I wish this were from a movie. As a matter of fact, I want you to Google it. Ganduje's case file is missing, which means that it is possible that he might never see prison. Come back to the focus. There are countless ways that a governor controls resources. Official, unofficial, it is so much power. So when you get there, even if someone picked you up from the gutter, cleaned you up and said, don't say a word. You say, but I have my own ideas. Say, leave your ideas. Your ideas cannot take you anywhere. Sit down here. Stand up. When you see the power and you taste the power and you touch the power, to be somebody's second in command will not be hungering you again. So what happens? Betrayal. All of a sudden, you are not picking Oga's call. I say, why are you not picking Oga's call? You say, well, my dear, when last I looked, I am the Oga. It's a recurring decimal. It has happened too many times. Regardless of creed, race, ethnicity, it has happened in the north, in the south, in the west. All of a sudden, being Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa does not matter. Governors from all the regions have followed this same pattern because absolute power corrupts absolutely. It's a human thing. So when these gentlemen tell you that the lingering crisis is because of personal interest, they have studied the country, they have followed history, they have drawn a pattern, drafted a blueprint, and they have an understanding, there is political consciousness that betrayal is personal interest, is resource control, it is power. Because nobody ever breaks down what the betrayal was. Like he said, it's not as if anybody took anybody's wife. It is the control of our resources. And you know what? This is the craziest part. When the power tussle is going back and forth, guess what? People don't demand governance anymore. They now pick sides. We are pro this one, pro that one. Some people can be in office 2, 3, 4 years. They say they are fighting their Oga. And everyone is blind to what they should be demanding. Accountability takes a backseat. So remember, betrayal is resource control. Betrayal is personal interest. Betrayal is power. The paradox of betrayal. That is what it means when a predecessor says they've been betrayed by a successor. It's that simple. So now you tell me, do you believe the analysts when they say selfish interest fuels the lingering political crisis in Rivers State? And of course, by extension, we'll have to open it up to the entire country, other parts of Nigeria. Call me and tell me. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06-416. We're live on Facebook and Twitter at Nigeria InfoPH. You can watch, listen, and drop your comments on those platforms. I'll take a call shortly, but I'd like to hear from Ezenwawagu because he put it perfectly.
Let us now be blunt. Dr. Odili, Right Honorable Amici, they were not friends. But they didn't end up as friends, did they? They did not end up as friends. So what was the fight? Until you answer that question, it's about control of resources. Oga, you don't control this thing when you did here. Allow me to, greet me, you go put another person. That's the fight. Is that not where the fight is? Why can't people just simply think? So consistently, the recurring word here is betrayal. What was it that you were doing that I betrayed you? It must have been economy. I am saying that fight has nothing to do with reverse people.
If and when you call, please turn off your radio. Remember, you can respond to both headlines. The position of the analyst stating that personal interest is responsible for the lingering crisis, and the World Radio Day, which is today. That's important as well. Chima calls from Rumokuta. Good day, Chima.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Sam.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, happy Radio Day.
Thank you.
And I must confess, I am in between the dilemma of radio and books.
Okay.
But I must tell you that I appreciate radio because for some days now it has made me become so popular that I even have fans.
Really?
Just calling your station.
Congratulations.
So wonderful. If I did not call, I would be like, Chima, what happened? What happened? What happened? And the thing is that why I like radio is that you don't need to see my face to see my expression from my mind.
Okay.
My voice alone expresses everything about me. So the radio app is people are too much.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chima.
On the issue at hand, selfishness is a natural thing in humans. You understand? Even when it comes from the Bible, you will see that it was selfishness that made Satan to begin to sin against God. It was also selfishness that brought even Eve to go and eat the Bible. And once you begin to be selfish, betrayal has come. Now if you come to the side of River State, that is why our governor, our former governor, our boss, is saying that the governor of River State betrayed him. Yes, we have always expected that he's going to betray him, but the promptness is the problem. The earliness of it is the problem of the whole thing.
So when would have been a good time for him to betray him? How long should we have waited?
We expected it because so many prophets have prophesied it, even when he told us to vote for him. We were looking at the governor, we were seeing that in small.
Yeah, so how long, Chima? Let's not take too much time. How long?
If he has said maybe almost the end of this tenure.
Okay.
Not about 3 months.
Okay.
This one is too much.
Okay.
And before now, the governor betrayed Rotimi Amechi. So that is why I said the first time Rotimi Amechi was like, okay, do your thing. Because he was working under Rotimi Amechi, under Ministry of Finance. So, Timothy was betraying Amechi that time, stealing some documents out of the government house to our present governor now. So, our former governor. So, the issue of betrayal is in the life of Kubara. It's not about maybe because of power or anything. He can betray you at anywhere he finds himself. Thank you, Chima Dike Mokuta.
Well, now you know why you're popular, Chima. Gift calls from Yenogua. Hello, Gift.
Sam Shinedu Oracle, you are too funny. Good afternoon, brother.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you. God bless you. Let me first of all congratulate you presenters and all owners of radio stations all over the world. I must congratulate you guys, especially the owners who decided to tow this path. It is not easy. I am telling you. The truth of the matter is this, concerning radio. Radio is so powerful. In fact, I take radio as the most powerful tool. Even TV, I don't regard TV that way. Do you know why?
Tell me.
TV matter or situation, if you don't subscribe, it is very difficult. And if there is no like, you know what will happen to you. But I'm telling you, either you use one old school radio or you use your handset, you are good to go. Wherever you find yourself, you are good to go. It is informative, educative, entertaining. This is the truth about radio. That is the most powerful tool on earth. If you want your voice to be heard, whether the presenter or the caller, that is the truth. So I don't joke with it. No wonder. At times, people will come on air, it is about gift. Instead of you to come with your own superior opinion, you cry about gift. Talk about your own and leave gift alone, because gift have never one day discussed about you. Gift will only talk his own and leave the field. And you will come on air, it is gift that you are crying about. Even the Commissioner for Information presently did the same thing. And he is doing it, and he should stop. Let me now address the issue of betrayal. The betrayal matter, it is not today. In every 12, according to the latest now, there must be a Judas. There must be a Judas to do oracle. That is the truth. There is no way you will say you trust a man, you will do whatever thing you want to do for him, that you will not find one way or the other to betray among the 12. So if you are lucky to escape those type of characters, Chinedora could go to church and testify you.
Okay,
And
so
when
Gift,
interest,
I have to take other calls, but
yeah, no problem.
I would like to get something clear. No, hold on. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you said the Commissioner for Information did what?
The Commissioner for Information, I will mention another radio station. He has done that before in readings. In your platform, he has done that back to back, over and over, crying
did what?
The situation where this is expressing his mind concerning the position of the governor. He called in to interrupt and to quarrel Gift on air. That was what he did.
Okay, Gift. Well, I didn't know that's where you were going. I don't want to say I don't believe it, but it doesn't seem that's a non-issue. But again, I'm focused on the focus. Eze Ken from Ubimini. Hello, Eze Ken. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, SOC.
Good afternoon.
Happy Radio Day.
Thank you very much.
SOC, when I was a little boy, I saw my father using microphone and also saw him using 8 batteries radio. And that was when I started having the feelings and being one of the radio fans.
Okay.
Just as I'm doing now. Mr. SOC, radio is the platform where I use to let the world know the state of my community, Ubumini. Radio is the platform where those who are not opportune to go to the government house and other political authorities to express their feelings. Radio is a place where we tell people exactly what is happening in our kitchen. Radio is a place where everybody seems to be carried along and express his or her feelings. Congratulations, Mr. SOC, for Radio Day. Okay. You see, betrayal is bound to be in political realm. Whether we like it or not, as far as jealous is concerned, there was a betrayal. Because that is why some people don't want to leave the power when it gets to them. Because they are always jealous of what another person will have after them. That is why betrayal remains forever. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ezekiel. I'll take some calls shortly, but I have a few messages waiting. I totally agree with the speaker. Selfish and personal interest is the real reason for all these political crises we witness these days. Christian Williams from HA says on WhatsApp. Hello, Sam. World marks Radio Day. Thanks to the COVID lockdown, the radio became my bestie in 2020. I've been listening to Nigeria Info every day since then, and I make bold to say that I've been better informed than the years before. It is to me the most easily accessible means of information. I have a portable radio in my office, so even at work, my radio must be on. That's how addicted I've become. Beauty in PH, thank you very much. We love that you're doing that, but we hope it is not disruptive with your actual work. Good afternoon, Sam. In a nutshell, I'll ascribe what is causing the political rift or cataclysm in River State for the past couple of months as an inexplicable greed from the abyss by a man who has two scrota, in the sack of his proverbial, who is a mere mortal. God knows how to humble human beings. Clinton, Mr. Fresh in Port Harcourt says. Jude calls from Omuma. Good afternoon, Jude.
Yes, Sam. Today is World Radio Day.
Yes, indeed.
And I say congratulations to those of you I may describe as radio men and women. To some of us, the radio has become our life. We are not complete without the radio, particularly at the age some of us are now. The companion we have, even my children, they all know that everybody will know, or we call that day, are you with a companion? Even if I don't have battery, anyone who knows I don't have battery to operate my radio will rush and send it because of the age we are. Let me take you back from the time of Yop. I know Yop worked with Nigerian Info.
Yeah.
Yop Rampant, yeah. We started being part of this communication on the radio, talking, because some of us activists all our lives, we can't do without the radio. So I say congratulations. You people keep on the good job, particularly for those of us at the age we are. When people have gone out to hustling, what you call hustling, looking for something to do, looking for something, how to get money, what do we do? Talk, be on the radio, listen for entertainment, educative or education, and information. So I say congratulations. Let me stop at that. It's our day. It's not only the radio, you people on the radio. It's our day.
All right, thank you.
Radio, we wouldn't have been strong as we are now.
Thank you very much, Jude.
Congratulations, radio.
Thank you very much. Innocent calls from Port Hackett. I've lost that call. Alozie from Omuma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Oracle.
Good afternoon.
Oracle, indeed, the importance of radio in today's world we find ourselves cannot be overemphasized. Because if you check the cost of so many things, running television and all the rest, you know that radio is playing a very great impact in the dissemination of information. And I want to commend your station for work you people are doing, because I believe Nigeria Info in River State has a very vast reach. Going forward, Oracle, I would like to see the radio industry to grow beyond the radioing to, using on some internet exploitations like higher station is the those who can't get radio can listen to the Facebook. So it will go a long way to reach the people. Conclusively, Oracle, the issue of betrayal, I want to ask my Rivers people, does betrayal mean a man who stood his ground and said, in my tenure as the governor of Rivers State, people will get their guarantees? Does that mean betrayal? Does betrayal mean people who are due for promotion will get their promotion? Does betrayal mean if you talk, then the following day you are in one court, they will organize one court and imprison that person for pending for investigation while you are languishing in prison? We all know the penchants of the last administration, how they operated. A man came, said, no, I have Joseph in my name, I will act like Joseph. This man has been relation to Rivers people, and we are all seeing it. I am begging my Rivers brothers, let's jettison this idea of political loyalty that has included our sense of reasoning. The governor did not betray anybody, and I stand by it. It's our governor, he's doing well. I didn't canvass support for him, but from what he's doing, I give him my support. Governor Similaye Fubara is a good man, and he takes a bold step, and we are supporting him for the battle ahead. Thank you, Alozie King.
All right, thank you very much, Alozie. Okay, there are more calls to take, but I need to quickly take our third headline. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has issued a March 1 deadline for a total shutdown of operations of telecom companies if they do not reverse the 50% tariff increase. In a communique signed by NLC President Joe Ajaero and General Secretary Ima Obuaja at a meeting of the NLC Central Working Committee in Lokoja, the union said as a first step in resisting the tariff hike, Nigerian workers and others willing citizens should boycott the services of the telecom companies daily between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. from today to the end of February. The NLC and federal government earlier constituted a 10-man committee to deliberate on the tariff hike within 2 weeks. Okay, so my question for this headline is, are you boycotting telecom services in solidarity with the NLC? The crazy thing about what I just asked you is that you have to call me, which means you have to use telecom services to call to tell me whether or not you are boycotting. But the good thing is, and that can be my defense, they said between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. It's past 3. It's actually to 4, 3:51. So I'm guessing we're way beyond that line. So call me and tell me. Ife Dibam from Port Hackett is on the phone. We've lost that call. Innocent from Port Hackett. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Innocent from Port Hackett.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me join other callers to congratulate you on the occasion of World Radio.
Thank you very much.
And since the theme of this year is about climate, I want the radio stations to do more, or to put more effort to find out the situation of the climate, because if you look at the heat now, the heat is presently excessive.
No kidding.
So the radio station should do more investigation and come out with causes and possible solutions on how we are going to live our lives for us to have a better society. Now, moving forward about the issue of Wike and Kubara and the issue of nobody is trusting who. I think when we said that the governor is not very much loyal to his predecessor, we actually need to find out first and foremost what is the problem. Not a matter of betrayal. What actually is the issue that everybody is now saying it is betrayal? No. Every agreement is not agreement. There are some agreements that are very anti-person. So some agreements that are anti-person, you cannot go ahead to execute those agreements in order for you not to betray. So first and foremost, they have to come out clean. Let them tell us what is the actual problem. What is the rift between them? Then from there we will know whether it is betrayal or not. So the issue of casting aspersion on the governor that probably he did not live up to expectations, that he betrayed his predecessor, I don't go with that. That's my take. Thank you, sir. Innocent is my name.
All right, thank you very much, Innocent. Lugard calls from HA. Hello, Lugard.
Yeah, Jude, my brother. Greetings from HA to you.
It's Sam. Even on Radio Day, you're getting my name wrong.
Sorry,
if I decide to be if I sue you, will I not win the case?
Yes. This is Lugaman calling all the way from HA.
Okay, please go ahead.
Sam, I want to congratulate all the media houses, my fellow callers, on their day today being the radio day. I'm very happy today.
Okay.
Because without radio, people giving us this platform, the name of Lugaman that is all over the state would not even have happened. I'm the most happiest person today because this opportunity that was given to us is a good one. I want us to, once if at all the world will continue to celebrate World Radio Day almost every month, it will be very happy. On the issue of Wike and Saturday Fubara, you see, what really transpired was that he just agreed. You have ruled the state for good 8 years, uninterrupted. Even Amechi, that a lot of things happened during his administration, refused to fight back. As a super minister of transportation, he didn't even bother to fight Wike because he knows that it is the interest of Rivers State, even though he fights Wike today, which people will suffer. It is Rivers people that will suffer. Then what offense have seen committed? Still have people asking, what is my offense? And even up to today, nobody even could answer that question. So for me, the organic support that Tim have gathered will even make him to go back to 2027. We can have lost the state and you will continue to lose. Thank you, Lugaman, for the chair.
All right, thank you very much, Lugaman. Let's take some messages. Sam, good afternoon. 100% I agree with him. I never waste my time fighting for these politicians because none of them are to be trusted because they are the same. I only find it funny seeing young men and women who's supposed to call these people to order. You see them taking sides with one person or the other because of the same selfish interest, not that they are fighting for the betterment of the state. Jay Moore from Port Hackett says, Ezekiel Isaiah, politics is a game of interest. There's no way you can be in power and allow someone else control you. It is only in Nigeria that the king bows to the kingmaker. Why in other countries, the kingmaker bows to the king after making him king? Selfishness and greed, Ezekiel Isaiah says. Melody from Uniport says, yes, I agree with the fact that betrayal is a key reason for quarrels in politics of River States. The betrayal here is the betrayal of people, attempts to mortgage the people for their selfish interest. It also is the effect of karma. That's why, as Amechi did to Odili, Wike betrayed Amechi, and everybody, Fubara is giving Wike a payback. However, the River State own is driven more by unimaginable greed of all types. Okay, Hector calls from Ogbogoro. Good afternoon, Hector.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Happy World Radio Day.
Thank you very much.
Radio stations have a lot of people have our opinion. Like me, from Good FM, I think they back from 2010. Then, so from 2012 to 2013, we have been on these stations. And this Nigerian info has done a lot for us. Some persons are celebrating their popularity. Some persons even got appointment because of their contributions to Nigerian info. So kudos to Nigerian info. Now,
thank you.
Back to the topic. Betrayal. Some persons, to them, the governor of Rivers State betrayed his predecessor. This is a redemption. It is like the story, the work of Governor Fabra and his predecessor is like the story of Moses and Pharaoh. You remember that Moses was also raised in the house of Pharaoh, but in the end, what happened? He liberated the Israelites from Egypt. That is what is happening. I can't call that betrayal. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Hector is obviously my final caller. And back against one. Thank you for being a part of radio. You are the piece of the puzzle that makes it make sense. Because with the broadcaster and the programs, there is a need for a listener. But you take it a step further and contribute. You call. You're a part of it. So this is what feeds the radio ecosystem. And as long as there are people ready to gain the enlightenment, there's information to disseminate, we will always enjoy radio. 4 o'clock is upon us. It's time for the business news. And after that, we'll be talking about retirement. Stay with us.